Hey YouTube, it's Prep for Life, and today we're going to talk a little bit about body armor. So for those of you that are unfamiliar, that basically means a bulletproof plate. We're going to talk a little bit about why you might want body armor, what are the uses for that, whether or not you actually own guns and shoot. It can be a good idea. And we're gonna put these plates to the test today. We've actually had a couple of body armor samples sent over to us. This is a very soft piece of body armor. This is rated to it's what's called a 3A plate, and this will actually withstand. It's rated up to basically all of the handgun calibers, up to 44 Magnum. And you'll notice just how flexible this is, how small this is and thin, and it weighs, I mean, you're talking probably right about a pound. You can pick up these plates for about $100. Very, very simple, and based on the size, this can easily just be slid down into a backpack or a laptop bag or something like that. You can actually just raise up your bag and hold it right there over your vitals, and heaven forbid bullets start flying your way. It gives you just a little bit more peace of mind. It's also something I'm looking at for my children to slip into their backpacks as well at school. Now, this is a little bit thicker, just a little bit heavier. This one weighs about 3.5 pounds, and it's actually rated as a 3+. So again, this soft armor here, this is a 3A. Definitely lighter, definitely more flexible. This is a 3+, which gives you a little bit more protection. You're not quite getting up to the 4 range, but this is going to take definitely all the handgun calibers. We're going to really put this to the test. This is made out of pure polyethylene. Advanced Warrior Systems, they actually make a plate that is rated to 4, which is polyethylene with a ceramic hybrid, which means that, again, you're maintaining a very light weight, but you're able to withstand, most of your rifle rounds as well. Here in America, most states, it is legal to own and possess body armor, so that's a key factor. Definitely check out the laws and see what's available and what you can do, but my point of this video is to really get you thinking about whether or not body armor would be a good investment for you in preparing for the worst but expecting the best. Now, first of all, guys, we're going to be trying some handgun ammunition now. Because we are doing live fire, we're obviously taking every safety precaution. We're following the 4 basic handgun safety rules, and I do have some hearing protection that I'm going to go ahead and pop in. First off, we're going to try 9mm ammunition. I have a basic Glock 19 ball ammunition, nothing special about this, but we're going to go ahead and just put a few down range. Now you'll see the 2 entry points. Now I do see some explosion here. That may just be blowing out from the pressure of the ammunition going through, because you'll notice right here it really hasn't punctured through on the water jug. But let's hit it with something a little bit bigger and see what happens. This is your standard 40 caliber. Again, round nose, paper puncher, nothing special about this. This is what you'd buy, at Walmart or anything like that. Out of a Smith & Wesson M&P. Okay, right off the bat, I'm seeing a little bit of water leaking out. So I'm gonna go ahead and lock this open. Let's go see what we did, shall we? All right, so you're seeing it here. I got some water leakage. Now, I don't know where that's coming from. I do see some more rippage here in the back. Again, whether that was pressure or whether that's actually exit. The problem is we have a hole here in the actual jug, but that looks more like a rip. To me, that does not look like an actual entry hole. Plus, I don't have an exit on the back. I'm not seeing the bullet anywhere. I think that may just be from pressure. Before we cut it open and take a look at our projectiles, we're gonna just take one more with the Granddaddy 1911. This is 45 ACP. Now the thing is, you're looking at about 230 grains. So this is a very big chunk of lead, not a ton of powder behind it, but it's got a lot of punch. And this is of course the divine design of John Moses Browning. Well, with the lack of water, it took it right off the table. So let's go see what we got. Let's take a look inside this thing, okay? Body armor is not meant to make things comfortable. You're not gonna have a great time if you get shot, but it's gonna keep you alive. Okay, here we go. So it caught that 45. Do you guys see that? There we go. That's what we got. All right. Whew. That's the same. Oh, we got another one right there. This soft stuff 3A is just fantastic because it'll even stop a knife from going through. And I'm really giving that a shot. It's not going to go through. This is really, really cool stuff because you have layer upon layer of this just impact absorbing material. And that's what saves you. So there's our bullet. Right in there. Yep, there it is. Okay, so how many rounds do we fire at this thing? 5 total, okay? And we have 5 rounds saved. We've got our 2 9mm, 240, and a 45, all just kept from actually going in the body. Now, as you can see, I mean, that water jug took a beating. You'd probably be in the hospital still, but you'd be alive. Okay, let's jump over to the polyethylene plate. Now the thing is, with this plate, it's a 3+, so it's made for bigger handgun calibers. Some say even up to an AK47 round, which would be a 7.62 by 39. That's a big round. So I'm actually gonna skip the 9mm and the 40, and I'm gonna start off with the 45. I didn't get to have too much fun with this on the last plate. So again, I've got 2 rounds in, 230 grain ball ammunition. I see right off the bat, we've got 2 entries right there and right there, okay? There is no exit and nothing's going into this water jug, so it took that 45 like a champ. We do, however, have a little bit of a bulge right there on the back. That would definitely hurt, probably crack a rib or 2, but we're walking away from that one. Ruger, Super Red Hawk Alaskan, really big handgun. This used to be, I think, one of the biggest up until the Smith & Wesson 500, which unfortunately I don't have. A 454 Casull cartridge. It's 240 grain, okay? XTP, looking at 1900 feet per second. Man. That thing's got some kick, I'm not gonna lie to you. That put a hole in, and I am seeing some fragmentation in there. Let's take a look at our plate. Guys, I see a hit. I see a lot of fragmentation. I don't see an actual clear exit, but until we cut that open, we won't know for sure. Maybe we'll find the actual bullet in there. That's amazing. We're moving into 223. So I've got just standard 55 grain full metal jacket, okay, coming out of a regular 16-inch barrel, so nothing fancy. I'm not doing armor piercing rounds or anything like that, but I mean, these rounds travel at over 3,000 feet per second, so it is incredibly fast. So before all my water guzzles out of here, let's go ahead and open this up. It's actually guzzling out of the actual handle, so we don't have penetration. We have a really super big bulge right here on the plate itself, and that would be the entry hole. I mean, you see how tiny that is from a 223. It's a really small bullet, as a matter of fact, but just the impact threw my, threw my water jug for a loop. That really, bulged it up. This is just your standard 7.62 ammunition by Wolf. Nothing special. It does have a little bit of a, a hollow point in there. We're gonna have to do a little digging and see if that's an exit wound that actually tore that open, but that's not looking so good. That is just torn open. I think I see our entry right about there. That looks a little bigger than the 223. Really no exit wound as far as I can see. I've cut away the back. I don't see any exit from that bullet. So I really had to dig into this plate to figure out what happened to my rounds. Right here and also a little higher, I was able to recover the 45s. Didn't really take that much digging. They were fairly shallow, but you can see they got underneath the initial covering and just mushroomed out into these flower-looking structures. The AK47 right here, the 7.62, made the biggest hole, biggest cavitation. It starts as a fairly small hole, and the 223 started as a very small hole, and you can see that just starts branching up. And all I was really able to recover was a little bit of jacketing, I'm guessing from the 7.62, and a little bit of lead, and the rest is just, again, fragmented throughout. Little bits of jacketing, little bits of lead. For the weight of these 3+ plates, compared to what they're able to stop, again, I don't think that would be a pleasant experience getting hit with a 7.62, but that's a big round. That is a man stopper. So very impressive. I'm definitely going to be taking a closer look at adding this 3+ armor. Again, I definitely recommend looking into some sort of body armor, just as a normal part of emergency preparedness. Sad to say, but that's the world that we live in now, given current events between terrorist attacks, shooting in airports, shooting in schools. Again, regardless of your political affiliation or what laws they may or may not pass, I think we can all agree these are events that are likely to continue to happen in our society, because there will always be evil people with an intent to kill. So again, I hope you found this video useful, and please feel free to like, share, and subscribe for further updates that we'll do in the future. Thanks for watching.